And then my fake producer ain't here to get this stuff straight. So then I got to figure out on my own.
You come back in. Biden just said, so you know him and her gonna have a debate.
Moment. You got rainbows out. It rained. Well, I don't.
You need to
The co-host that comes in usually does a Raider game. Mesquite, yeah. Yeah. I got to get my Indian tongue down. Muskogee. Oh, okay. Muskogee, Oklahoma. You have a very fresh perspective and a very neutral. So, you know. Speaking on her, Fox News, man, they do. Nah, that's a little bit. No, bro, that's an Indian.
yelling from time to time from the room.
Is embedded in his heart. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? That's what I really. You know what I'm saying? He's a terrorist, man. This dude is a world terrorist. Not just even our nation, and he runs our nation. Everybody was calling orange. That is not cool.
According to the evangelical Christian, this is just what the doctor ordered. This is what God has sent to us. He's a blessed Jesus.
Yeah, no,
This is a version of Jesus.
Oh no, see, look. Yeah, well, look. For us to even say, even try, because for us to even be able to say that he had tint on his cup, he wasn't Lily.
That just show you how much God he was. He couldn't sunburn. He was a white man that couldn't sunburn.
Wow, that is an anomaly.
He had the same powers as you niggas.
This dude come out there in white pants, white shorts, white in the shorts, and all white.
Yeah.
You gotta be fucking Willie. You understand?
Drink the
thing on mine. If they that willing, well then I got to be too. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm just motherfucking want to call jigaboos on live or some shit like that. Okay, that's what's up. You think I'm gonna be friendly with you whenever I meet your mother? Take 6 of them for me.
Hey, you don't think they know that? You don't see my shirt? How many black people hanging? It's 3. It took all this. Just doing 3 white boys just came and put them on the tree. They gonna come in numbers. They're gonna bring the kids. They're gonna bring the kids and everybody else.
Yeah, now I'm picking nigga.
Yep.
Time to go. Right here, politics anymore, man.
Oh
It's
man.
not even close to politics. Politics, if you really look up what they're supposed to be, the coming together of groups. Not even just, it's just supposed to be just 2. Why we always segregated to 2 groups and all this? I mean, what the fuck?
Because that's been the whole cap.
These motherfuckers is gangbanging. This is gang. Oh, goddamn, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, man, this shit is gangbanging one-on-one. And I'm supposed to choose a side. All these big motherfuckers keep on choosing sides. I'll be shit.
Yeah. And like I said, I got another here, so I'll be going back live and just tune in and check in with me as long as I can keep the power going up in here. No, I just put that on Mark. Mark not even here. I just said we had a Mark moment.
Like an hour.
Okay, see you when you. I don't want to call him Nelson Hood. One of my co-hosts this year don't look like. I got to go back to Kamala. They talk a lot of mess. I think it's funny. I mean, it's sad that on with him. I mean, it's like he said, you fools. I can stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody. Y'all with y'all. Yeah. He wasn't on his phone. He was talking on the computer. Everything they accused Joe Biden of, they accused with Trump. You gotta hear this shit. And
Senator Harris do all the heavy lifting and campaigning. Keep in mind,
yeah.
Joe Biden, he's now the same age as Ronald Reagan was.
They had him
when he left office. So yes, as the Dem mob in the media asked about Ronald Reagan in 1984, this remains. Well asked it, if the media won't. And that is about Joe Biden's fitness for the toughest hard, especially given what we just popped his head out of the bunker.
No, when we see every day with your president, fool. Y'all gotta watch this Fox News, man. These motherfuckers
deserve answers, as I've been saying. Early voting. That shouldn't happen.
Absentee voting. Take advantage of absentee voting. I can actually pull my lever. Y'all can vote in registration, have me all messed up because them Russians then we need to mess poll calls. I like answering them polls when they call.
Reaction sheets, Judge Janine Pirro, Salem, Radio, National.
Oh yeah, this is crazy have
civil rights attorney Leo
bent back bitch.
You come on tonight and say hello to you like we did the last time unexpectedly.
They finna have President Trump on it.
I said if Kamala Harris is selected, I'm voting Republican. And she got selected. I want to be very clear. Kamala Harris was because she's a woman and because of her race. That's called affirmative action. She's not qualified to be a vice president. I want people to understand it.
You talking about a prosecutor. Prosecutor for y'all United States, and she ain't got no scruples.
She shut down President Trump and Tim Scott's proposal for justice reform. She shut
this dude, this man. Y'all gotta say this nigga. This coon.
Very important. We want to preserve American institutions, Biden and Harris. I say let's keep Trump in office.
Wow, coon.
It's never been this radical. The stated socialism, Larry Elder. You know Kamala Harris. You live in Southern California. Leo lives in Southern California. For the Green New Deal. You look at what she said about Biden, and I'll ask Judge Janine about that in a second. You look at her position on taxes, every mention here, and I'm thinking they have quadrupled down on radicalism, the likes of which we've never seen before.
Get this thing right.
Logic and common sense.
More law and order Trump ass.
New Green Deal, a $15 minimum wage, college debt forgiveness. They want to take down the wall. They want to raise taxes on rich people. They want a so-called wealth tax. You name it. The problem is not Kamala Harris. It didn't matter who Joe Biden selected. The problem are the policies of the Obama-Biden administration gave us the worst economic recovery since 1949. The first time
they went and grabbed these coons. Now,
notice nobody in the Obama administration, the holdovers, the ones that are pundits, ever brag about.
Why would they brag about? You know, President brag about a stimulus plan. When you do a stimulus plan, that means your country. Wow. Well, these niggas, these coons gonna have a stroke.
He's the economic then you look at what she said. Was actually right about what she was saying about Biden and race.
Well, now Tucker said she was wrong.
I don't think that readily either. And the billions of new taxes and the new Green Deal that she co-sponsored, I don't think that's going to go over very well.
go over well, Sean, but they're going to call her a moderate, and they're going to try to sell her as a moderate, just as they're trying to sell Joe Biden as a moderate. The question:
Joe Biden did. He has the no
Yes, who's really picked?
she believes the women who would prosecute her as an attorney general, and now turn around to the and say, "I'm with you." And you know, you have to say, have you heard her say one thing about the lawlessness in this country? And then you have to ask yourself, who you can put 1,500 people in jail for marijuana?
Boy, they're gonna come out. Now they come out about a weed smoking. They're gonna come out about everything.
The longer this goes on,
You didn't call her a cop to a weed smoker. Oh, no, I'm by myself. Well, I got one out there somewhere.
Two. He said,
Any man, these guys are off the hook.
Said, you better pick a black person.
Huh? Pressure on my sniffer.
As a party of racism.
Two insults of black people away from being forced to pick Maxine Waters. So let's counter black.
Oh, now y'all got jokes. Mine was 2 insults away from being forced to pick Maxine Waters.
Well, look, the biggest issue in this country right
Issue
now,
the lawlessness.
Donald Trump is the only person who's going to deal with the issues that are confronting us now. About their backgrounds, all of that's garbage. The only thing that matters is someone who's going to protect us and our
She said all of that's garbage.
All right, let's look at this from a political one, the worst choice. Where is it, Leo?
Wow.
How do you feel, Leo? Go ahead,
I think she gives him.
Huh?
She's a black. She's a female. She checks.
There you go. You know what I think?
It's a great day for America.
We've got to make
Yeah.
the way. It's not just the titles, it's who they are. Unwashed that the mainstream media is selling us.
Wow.
She's not who they're trying to sell us.
Wow.
Okay, I'm sitting here free. Now you're asking the president to get. We'll make something out for you, okay? Black, Leo, Judge, thank you.
Oh, swine looking.
Well, I think she's
Big looking ass.
through your previous guests endorsed
Big
Medicare
slab of
for
bacon.
all, called for the abolition of private health insurance, and then herself if she gets a little political heat. But at the end of the day, customs enforcement is the KKK.
Wow.
People letting them vote. Judge Janine touched on one. She has refused to condemn the violence we've seen in Seattle and the riots and that.
Now you condemn the police is killing people without guns, killing.
On fire in the Democratic presidential primary. And remember, Republican prosecutor in that great state of California, far state, she barely.
Wow.
She's good on the inside politics. Look at all the aqua dumps that she's done.
They keep crowding her for credentials and all the things.
Kamala Harris's operation. I do think this politically, she's going to be for Biden the attack machine. She's going to be going.
Tear his ass up.
Great counterpuncher, but he ought to remember she's not the target. When she attacks him, he ought to use it as an opportunity to the president on an issue. He goes after Biden on that issue because he's the real target. She's just along for the ride.
Clearly not qualified. She down there overqualified.
Biden is a weak candidate. By the way, for your, I'm going to. It's almost like we have you in silhouette tonight. But go ahead.
Damn.
Your people told me that I was, I'm just, they bring me away.
They talking about his lighting.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, look, as it does about the president for some of his mistakes of the recent months.
Wow. In Mark Levin's basement bunker, the hidden bunker. All right. Thank you for being here.
Mark, can I have a ginger ale?
Coming up.
Mark?
It's like joining us before we get.
We do. He needs some light. You said the right thing. Fruity slip. My God. I'm telling you, you gotta watch this shit. This is like watching what's the old religious network back in the day?
vice president in history, and she will enthusiastically help him achieve that end. Regulate America into prosperity. They both prove
It's prudent.
they acceptable. They both believe in what I call the I deserve of safety nets, where it's always somebody else's fault, where every child gets a trophy.
Wow.
Purple ribbon is great because of ordinary people.
Watch this. Okay. Update. I'm sitting here while I want to see what the opposition got to say. Excuse me. And
the president of the United States, Mr. President. Thank you, sir. Big news today.
Orange orangutan looking motherfucker. Okay.
So political pundits, you would have said that maybe that would have been the one. A lot of people think it's a dangerous choice. I think it's supposed to be the most. I'm not sure that's what the country wants. They very surprised if it is. She wants to raise taxes. She wants to get rid of your Second Amendment.
Wow.
No good to the military. She wants to cut the military. She wants to cut spending for the military.
Money from the military and building the wall. That shit.
We'll have it out. We have a great vice president named Mike Pence, and
Vice President Pence, by the way, will exclude some of the specifics. She was one of the first Democrats to co-sponsor, I call him Bolshevik Bernie Sanders out of mainstream. She co-sponsored not only a single, she wanted to eliminate private health insurance.
Well, that's 180 million people, and they love their plan. And if you go into socialized medicine, which is what she wants and supports strongly, and it's what his party wants it, the people that really control the party, he will never control the party. They want it. That means you destroy it.
Yeah, like you could control the motherfucking zombie.
They have a plan that they really like. That's a very hard thing to do. Very hard thing to do. And by the way, I have to say, Larry, Leo, and great Senator John Kennedy, who's fantastic, and Karl Rove, who's been so great last. You know how Karl and I had our dispute previously, but Karl was great tonight, and I will say that was some little precast I had on. That was very impressive. Thank you.
Opening act.
Opening act. This motherfucker doing it like it's a Hollywood movie.
They were good.
I've talked a lot about many times about the need for America to become energy independent, and you went forward with the Keystone XL pipeline in Anwar, and for the first time in 75 years, America is now energy independent, and we're now also, in a longer period of time, the largest energy in the entire world. She was a co-sponsor of the U.S. Senate. How does
got some sisters on the Anderson Cooper.
She has a background in
but it
attack Joe Biden like vice president, that, but for the left of the Democratic Party, how do you think she?
Well, I'll say this about Senator Harris is that she has demonstrated leadership and evolution. Certainly, she may have been on a different side of criminal justice reform. Her ideas may have been different as a prosecutor. The role very thoughtful and also very responsive to activity in the street to evolve her own thinking, but also be extremely receptive to young people. And certainly she considers herself to be progressive values, progressive ideals. What we want in a leader, what young people want in a leader, is somebody who's going to not be afraid of that. And you know what? I can do that.
Mr. Rogers' neighborhood,
huh? The spirit that she brings. I think that everybody can coalesce around that.
Somebody doing?
Lost ability model, as Laverne Cox says, when we need one. I mean, Black women have, always support the Democratic Party, and the last thing that we did come November, given all that's going on, and for us to be ambivalent about whether or not we want to vote.
What
I think that putting her on the ticket is to get people excited.
Yeah. Karen, what does this campaign even look like?
Got some UPS.
For both sides, frankly. I mean, I asked Cory Booker this, but I mean, is it all Zoom fundraising? You know, cable news and broadcast news?
Largely use Zoom, sort of Zoom town halls. So it'll be
Democrats boring though, man.
You know, that's
I try to watch it.
Body cameras, issues like that she could have. So I mean, I think when you look at a presidential campaign, Medicare for all, she couldn't really answer the question for a bit. But now she's not message, and she's very charismatic. She's a great campaigner, and I think that she won't have any problem with that. And I'm already trying to paint her as the next coming of AOC.
Long neck ass.
Whoever the current LA Times political writer Seema Mehta loving being a great bearer of institutional knowledge for a very long time.
I don't think somebody gonna talk.
I really appreciate you being here.
And an issue that has defined your first campaign.
The wall is well under construction. We have 281 miles up. 281. A climber of Mount Everest. That's about it. It'll be mostly finished. We may add another 50 miles. A little bit tough, so we'll make that determination. But the wall is built. You don't hear about that anymore. You should remember that was like the big Democrats stopped talking about it, and when they stop, their co-partner stops. That's the media, the corrupt. The Border Patrol wanted. We designed it together. Rebar. I said, how about one? They said we need all three for strength and for other reasons. Security. So incredible. They're taking out thousands of MS-13 gang members. These are the roughest there are anywhere in the world. They're their country, or we're putting them in jail. In some cases, we really have to put them in jail. We don't want to have to pay for them, but take a chance. They're so violent. They kill people with knives because it's more painful, and it goes slower. That's what they say. It goes slower. El Salvador.
Yeah, 50.
That wouldn't take people back. For years, hundreds of millions of dollars a year. We did.
All right.
Planes land before me.
So whoever dropped dead, I trust Kamala.
Gladly, and people aren't coming in now. They don't come in illegally, and that's helped, of course, by the wall. So,
hey, is there a game on tonight?
Strides. We love our country. That's what's happening, and
probably on ESPN. I watch. Oh, they just what the hell?
Coaches that they talk about, it's always that one or two. Look at this. That's three solid runs.
No, that's Portland Timbers.
The tying goal here for Chris Mueller. Just imagine this Orlando City team with a goal scorer up front that's going to get.
Start to this game. Are you satisfied with the way he's been leading his team?
Yeah, I thought he shot the ball with a lot of confidence, but more so than that, I thought he just, the pace of the game and the way he played, I thought was
Brings out a lot of your scores, your veterans. What are you hoping to see out of your young players today?
just consistency. You know, we got to get them out on the floor.
There's
going to be meaningful minutes out there to play tonight.
I'm watching enough of the Kamala shit, so I'm back here on the game. I just want to check out Sacramento, the hometown of Sacramento. We got who these young players are. I can't even tell they are because they got all this other shit written on the back. So respect us. So your name respect us. I don't
Evaluating your game, so you got to play your minutes effectively. Guys, go down low for Okafor. Drives on Alex Len. He is a gift to score. Okafor gave you budgets.
put it up in there. All right. This whole sport thing's got me thrown off. Look like real life. So, am I real people on the floor right now?
Coach
All right, some
shaking his head like I had all this talent in camera and indoor at one point. I hope he's watching. We need all. Here comes Heald, who finds himself down the shot clock at 1. They go the other way. Frank Jackson will drive it. Up and pretty play by Frank Jackson. And another dookie. Out in the open court, Frank Jackson.
I'll go back here and see what Fox talking about. Lakers playing the Raiders. I'm a Raider.
He did say he worried his children would grow up in a racial integration, and he did, use the comment more recently. He waved black, and poor kids are just as smart as white kids. You have a slight Indian accent, and what he's.
Well, first of all, what you said about Russia, the New York Times is fake reporting. It's a fake newspaper, as far as I'm concerned. Right. They're always trying to figure out which is worse. And then you have CNN and, frankly, ABC, CBS, NBC. On social media, my thing is you have so many incredibly tough, because I consider you really a journalist to the largest extent. The job you've done, because you got the right, our great congressmen and senators. Our Congress and Senate got it right. The Pulitzer Prize is worthless as far as I'm concerned, because when you have the Maggie Habermans getting a Pulitzer Prize, and she got it all forever, she's like my biographer, like she knows everything about me. She knows nothing about me. And they talk about, they make them up in their mind. They have no sources. I know when there are sources, but if you look
he's just babbling right now.
I guess the Washington, and they got him, I guess, before the end result.
He's just babbling.
Confusion, and now this thing turns out to be a total. Susan Rice could get it because she's part of this whole illegal. It's the worst political scandal in the history of our country, and they got caught. Now let's see what happens. But they're caught redhead. But these writers, the writers got Pulitzer Prizes, and that shows you a Pulitzer Prize is worthless. And frankly, because they were all wrong. They were wrong on the whole subject of Russia. It was made up, fabricated. And you look at Hillary Clinton, where she paid for the fake dossier.
Now he's back to talking about Hillary.
To be totally fake. It's a disgrace what happened.
Everybody know Trump was over there getting peed on by them Russians.
All wrong. And they're listening to you tonight. We now know in January of 2017, the subsource said, none of this is true. This is
Now, how many times Mother asked China for help, Ukraine for help, Russia, if you're listening?
They never went after what turned out to be what it says on the top of a FISA application, verified. Not only was it not verified, it was unverifiable, and they warned not to Asians. And definitively, by January of 2017, they ignored her bought and paid for. That brings us to your comments yesterday about where we are. That is a talk show host, and that does include